Welcome! This is my review of the Gundam 00F, Gundam Astraea Type F. This is the 1:100 scale model kit by Bandai. And with this kit you can actually build the Type F2. It's pretty much the same thing. There's some small changes and you actually have the parts to actually create or modify the F or the Type F to create the Type F2. You also have these parts left over after you build the complete model, and these parts actually can be used to build a red Exia. So that's pretty neat. So let's go over the modifications for the Type F, I should say the Type F2. What I have here is the actual Type F design, which I prefer. And to start off, let's first look at the box, because they have a side-by-side shot here of the Type F and the Type F2. And the majority of the differences in terms of the different head design on the mobile suit, but also the condensers are different. There's a condenser on the side of the arm and on side of the legs. So those are the main differences as far as the difference between the Type F and the F2. Here we can see a difference as well. We got the Type F here, which is the head design I prefer with the masked face, as opposed to the Type F2 right here with the more traditional looking Gundam with the eye showing in the faceplate there. You also notice there's a different type of V-fin as well. So let me go ahead and show you the manual. This is probably the best way to show you how to convert or modify the Type F into the Type F2. Starting off with the head, you can see here in the instructions you actually have two choices. The F here on the right, or the F2, involves swapping out the V-fins and swapping out basically the faceplate for the actual Gundam face. Then looking at the arms, I mentioned there's condensers on the side of the arms. Here's the Type F style, and over here is the Type F2, where you have the clear plastic on top of this piece here with a sticker on there. And finally, on the legs, again the condensers. You have on the top here the F type, or Type F condensers. And on the bottom here you have the Type F2 condenser setup. So it just involves swapping out, in this case, this piece for that piece. Again, I like the Type F better, just my personal preference. And let's get to the actual F2 parts. You have these clear plastic condensers for the legs, and you have two for the arms. You have the F2 V-fin here, which is different from the Type F, as you can see there. Then you have different, well, let me go ahead and show you this. You have a different face. By that I mean you actually have a sticker for the eyes, and you actually have a white faceplate here. So you have that look as opposed to this dark and mysterious faceless Type F, which I think is very cool. Then you have these different front skirt armor, which are smaller and different shapes here, right there. As opposed to the skirt armor found on the Type F, right there. And here's a couple pieces again. This involves the swapping out for the arm condensers, and they'll be covered with the clear plastic. And finally you have this, well, this is not really part of the F2, it's more of an accessory really for both types. You have the adapter, so you can actually mount the model kit onto a action base. So now let's get into the common accessories that you can use with both the F and the F2. So you have two beams, or two types of beams rather. The long and the short, and you get a pair of those, and you can see the difference there in terms of length. So you get a pair of the short and a pair of the long for the beams. You get two types of hands. You get the kind of the open palm hand, as you can see here, and then you have the type where you can actually grasp the handle for the beam rifle. And so you have two types there. Moving on, you have the shield, which is really nice. Lots of nice detail in the back there. Attaches right there. And the beam rifle, you have this piece here is on a ball joint. Doesn't appear that the actual handle, the grip, moves, but there's your beam rifle. And the GN launcher. You got some movement here. This will actually plug into the chest area of the actual model kit. You do have side-to-side motion with the handle, and this section here does come off, which is kind of cool. So finally, you do have the Proto GN sword. It mounts here on the forearm using 3 pieces of plastic, and of course everybody knows how this works. It goes out like this for action. So really cool. Proto GN sword. Let me go ahead and take this off, because next we're going to take a look at the articulation, and by taking it off you can see how how it works. So let me go ahead and do that. There's this section right here, this gray plastic here, and then you have this piece here and this piece here. So let me put those to the side. And articulation is pretty nice, not too shabby. Actually, I'm sorry, you have the beam hilts here that do remove, and you can insert the beams into those hilts, obviously. So they store back here on the back side. Alright, now moving on to articulation. Sorry about that. So starting with the ankles, you can see the legs can spread quite far, and they can spread about this far and still have the feet fairly flat on the ground, which is pretty awesome, pretty nice there. So you do have a wide range of posability with the ankles. You can take a look at the ankle joint here, just a ball type of joint there. Lots of movement there. You got the ankle armor here, front and back, articulate, as you can see. And then you have leg articulation. There's actually 2 points of articulation here near the knee. You have this movement there, as well as there as well. Then you can see the skirt armor itself is on the ball joints, so you can get the leg to go forward about that far. Back, this skirt here does not move. And out to the side, as you can see, it's just a ball type of joint. Swivel at the thigh there, really nice. As you mentioned before, these articulate as well. Then you have waist articulation, about that much. And let's see, side to side as well. You have the hands, of course, on ball joints. The bend at the elbow to that degree, doesn't go really far there. Well, actually, let me see here. Whoops. Yeah, it goes about that far. Swivel, as you can see, at the bicep. The arm can go out the side like that. And you have the shoulder armor, which is actually separately attached to the torso. And let me go ahead and stick in these pieces back in here. Then, of course, you have articulation at the head. Obviously, with these fins here on the side, it does limit the range of articulation, but you do have a ball-jointed head there. And speaking of those fins, let me go ahead and well, actually, you do have articulation here as well at the chest area, which is real nice as well. As you can see there, those parts move. So, talking about the GN launcher, you can actually take out these fins here, and you can see there's a slot that corresponds, and this will tab into there. There we go. As you can see, it does hold pretty well just like that, but obviously you can place the hand over the grip here. And let me see if I can do this without... There we go. There we go. The GN launcher ready to fire away, which is really cool. And it's going to stay in there pretty well. It's pretty sturdy. So you do have this extra fin here left over with this configuration. So pretty cool. Not too shabby. Let me go ahead and just for visual sake, let me go ahead and armor him up with his beam saber. Yeah, this is a really nice kit, well articulated, pretty solid. There's not really any pieces that fall off the kit except for the antenna here, which they're designed to be removed, of course. But overall, pretty solid kit. You can remove these Type F style condensers. These do, at least on my kit, the way that I constructed it, they do tend to fall off, but that's just maybe the way that I built the kit. But they stay on okay, but if you brush against them, they'll tend to fall off. So just these and the fins up here tend to fall off. Everything else is pretty solid. You know, sometimes you'll get a model kit where everything seems to be falling off in all different locations on the model kit. So I do really recommend this kit. It's a very nice, very posable, very well accessorized kit. And the fact that you can actually have the F-type, the F2, or the Exia, granted it's going to be red, you have those options, which is really cool. Alright, well thanks for watching. This has been my review of the Gundam 00F Astraea, or I should say Gundam Astraea Type F. Pick it up, it's really cool. And catch you guys later.